So I'm about to name 6 guidelines or 6 ways to identify if you're under spiritual attack. If you see these 6 things happening in your life, it is highly possible that you are under spiritual attack. So the first one I'm going to talk about is consistent rejection. So you apply for a job and you are rejected from that job. I mean, your friends will be getting jobs. You are qualified. You're trained. Your classmates or your college mates that you left college with, they are working. Some of them has even reached a point where they have started their families because they got a job and they were able to set themselves up, start getting married, start building a family. So if you are consistently being rejected from a job, you'll come up with a plan and somebody will just steal that idea. Um, there are other forms of rejection. Family member just hates you. They don't want to do anything at all for you. They don't want to help you. They don't care about you. And you're constantly coming up against rejection. It is a high possibility that you're under spiritual attack. So that's the first one. If most of your life you have had a lot of like for enemies, like people who pretend to be your friend because of what they can get from you or because of what you can do for them or perhaps because of your status, but when you check them out, they're really not genuine. They really cannot be trusted. And if to a higher degree it keeps happening in your life over a period of time or throughout your lifetime, it is a strong possibility that you're under spiritual attack. So that's number 2. Okay? Consistent for enemies. All right? And it's like you learn about them being your enemy. They pretend to be friends, but you learn about them along life's lesson. Something happened to you, and you find them criticizing you behind your back and talking about you, but in front of your face, they smile with you. You call those for enemies, okay? So if you are having that type of situation to a higher degree, it is possible that you're under attack, spiritual attack, that is. Number 3 is if you are experiencing extreme hardship in your life, it is a high possibility that you are under spiritual attack. I do agree that there's some spiritual attack that is allowed for whatever reason. It's God will allow them to happen to you. Some of them are not allowed by God. Some of them are just life happenings, or it just happened. Some of them happen to us because of our own careless actions. But if you are constantly having hardship and you're trying to achieve your goals and you find it extremely difficult, you set goals, you think about what you want to do, you try to do it, but everywhere you turn, you're practically bouncing up into a brick wall, then it's a high possibility that you're under spiritual attack. So number 4, if you are experiencing extreme financial hardship to the point where you can't feed yourself or you can't feed your children if you have children, or to the point where you may have to be begging for money or begging for food, that is, it is a high possibility that you are under spiritual attack. So number 3 was hardship, general hardship, like planning goals and going for them, but your goals are not being met. You find yourself in a place of frustration. Number 4 is about financial hardship. So if you're experiencing financial hardship, especially if it continues over a long period of time, it's a high possibility that you're under spiritual attack. Number 5 is wrong diagnosis. Wrong diagnosis. So here you are. You are not feeling well. And I'm not talking about the regular cold, flu, or sinus. I'm not talking about those things. You know you're having pains in your body. You know you are not well. You are experiencing a number of things going on in your body. And the doctors, let me say, will test, and they will come up with a lot of diagnosis as to why whatever is happening to you is happening to you. But in the longer run, you realize that you're still, they have still not found your issue, or they have still not discovered what is wrong with you, but you are consistently given a wrong diagnosis. Even if it happens one time, it is a strong possibility that you're under spiritual attack. Okay? So if you are given a wrong diagnosis about your health and you are being treated for something you don't have, it's a strong possibility you're under spiritual attack. So if you find yourself going through any of these 6 things I've named, if all 6 of them are happening to you now, say if you check 5 of them or probably 4 of them, it is a high possibility that you're experiencing a spiritual attack. Not just a spiritual attack, but crisis. And one of the worst things is to have one crisis overlapping with another. And when that ripple effect of crisis goes out, it do a lot of damage. It's not something easy to swallow or to take. But the truth is, you can come out of crisis. You can navigate crisis. But you first have to have a leveled head. You have to know what are your goals. What do you want? How did you get in this? And how will you get out? Some crisis is not something to say, how did you get in it? Because if you experience a death of a loved one or deaths of loved one and it's painful, I mean, that is not something you can really navigate out of. It has already happened. But there is a way to deal with it. There's a way to deal with it that you don't find yourself in depression. So keep a level head, be persistent and consistent, and pray. And even if you're not experiencing a crisis, hold on, be strong. Be determined and never let go until you see what the change that you desire. Please remember to like my channel, share it, subscribe to it. And as God inspires me